Hi, in this video I'll be testing this machine sent to me by the people of Makera. It's a desktop CNC called Carvera Air. As you will see in this video, this machine can open a lot of creative possibilities, because it comes with several very interesting accessories. The CNC footprint is 50 cm wide by 45 cm deep by 45 cm high, and it weighs about 30 kg. The work area is 30 cm on the x-axis, 20 cm on the y-axis and 13 cm on the z-axis. And the fourth axis is a rotary one, which is a lathe. Allows to machine 9.2 cm diameter pieces by 20 cm length. If you are interested, in the description you have the link to where you can buy it. The articulated arm I'm installed is for holding the tablet or phone that runs the software that controls the CNC. A practical emergency stop button is included, which is vital on a CNC to prevent collisions or major damage. Another nice touch is a dust shoe is included. Time to start it up. As you can see, the chassis looks quite solid. By the way, communication with the machine can be achieved by Wi-Fi or USB. Among the accessories they sent me, I must highlight this box that includes a work holding kit. For those of us with some CNC experience, we know how important this is and how many problems it will save us. In my CNC early days, until I gained some experience, this cost me a lot of headaches. This machine comes preloaded with many sample projects we can make. They also sent me the material needed to make them, but since YouTube is full of people doing these projects and I have already some CNC experience, I'm going to carry out my own different ideas to see if I can realize them. The router spindle has a quick change system. You don't need any wrenches. I'm using an 1/8 of an inch collet. It features an automatic probing system. Uses a laser to delimit the work area, detects the material height, and also performs a 3D surface scan to account for any unevenness in the material. There you can see it. A more conventional manual probe is also included. First, I will start with something simple, a dog ID tag with the name and the phone number. I'm using a 1 mm thick brass sheet. You can program the cams with the Makera software called Makera Cam. It's very easy to use and highly recommended for those who want to get started with CNCs. Now I've inserted an engraving bit. The black color on the bit determines the entry length into the spindle. A tool to place those colors is included. It's very easy. There is a blow port for the chips. I connected it directly to the compressor at a low pressure. First operation, engraving. Second operation, contour cut with an 1/8 of an inch metal cutter. At this point, what surprised me most was the low noise level, even with the door open. There you can see the end result. I could have used a chamfer bit to remove the burrs, but I didn't think of it at the time. I still love it. This is an optional accessory, the fourth axis or the lathe. It comes with an epoxy block to make the example project, but I have another plan. It installs very easily with 2 posts and some screws. You also have to connect this cable. I'm going to make a small brass hammer with a bit of engraving. First, I mount an 18 mm brass bar to machine the head. I start with an 1/8 of an inch bit for the initial roughing. Back to the software, the G-codes are sent with a software called Carvera Controller. For CAM programming, you can use third-party softwares like Fusion 360 or Aspire. At Makera website you can find the necessary files and libraries. Once I vended the roughing program, I do a finishing pass with a 0.2 mm V bit. This step was hypnotic. I couldn't stop watching how it left the metal smooth and finished. The precision it works, it's really good. It can machine a wide variety of materials like brass, bronze, aluminum, copper, plastic, wood, carbon fiber, and even PCBs. This last, it's an option I want to explore in more depth later. The head is done. Now I will cut off with a hacksaw. Then file and sand a little bit. Since I have the lathe mounted, I also try making the handle from rosewood. This is also an 1/8 of an inch bit, but for plastic or wood. Same workflow as before. First, roughing program, then finishing program with an 1/8 of an inch bullnose bit. I can cut the tabs and proceed to assemble everything. Thanks to the machine precision, everything fits perfectly. Before polishing the head, I sanded it with 1000 grit. And an oil finish for the handle. Next project, a custom brass heat branding iron with a Paduk handle. The brush diameter is about 32 mm by 22 mm long. On this MDF piece, I'll make a hole to locate the brass so I can flip it and machine both sides. Now I can place the brass. First I'm going to make a surfacing pass. Next, a 5 mm diameter hole. I'll flip it and do another surfacing pass to flatten the other face. I'm making the first roughing with an 1/8 of an inch bit. With the 0.2 V bit, I'll do the final pass with the details. That's how it goes in real time. With each pass, I remove 0.2 mm. By the way, in Makera Cam, when you select the material and the bit, it automatically calculates cutting parameters, which is fantastic for beginners. Cutting M6 threads. For the paddock handle, I messed up and used a larger piece of material than I should have, so the roughing operation took longer. I'll use the lathe again. Here you can see the big cut it's making. Even so, it handles it fine. First, roughing program. Second, finishing program. Here I tried a bigger stepping over. The finish was worse, but the program went a lot quicker. I will use this screw to connect the two parts. I glue it with cyanoacrylate. A bit of sanding and oil and it's done. Let's test it and see what happens. It worked well. I know someone who made a small fortune selling these things personalized. This is another optional accessory, a 5W laser engraver. It includes the head, protective goggles, and the connection cable. It connects quick and easy. I'll try engraving a sample image that comes with it. Here is the result. Very useful to personalize freshly machined parts without removing them. And here comes the last project. I'll try a production-style job to fit 3 knives. First, I'll place this piece of MDF to make recesses to locate and hold the knife scales. Vacuum shoe and 1/8 of an inch bit. By the way, the collets can be replaced for another sized ones, like 4 mm, 6 mm, 1/4 of an inch, or 6 mm. The wrench to change them is included. Now I can place the wood. The first is maple burl. I'm going to do all the cuts with the same bit. Here I had to hold the wood very carefully because the piece wanted to lift. This second one is a Pelli pommel. I messed up the grain orientation. So when I glued it, the grain didn't match. And from camera, I made a third one from olive wood. I round over the edges with a router table. I thought it could be done on the Carvera Air as well. As you will see, the fit was as good as it could be. I glue everything with epoxy. A bit of sanding, hard wax oil, and this last project is finished. The truth is I had a lot of fun using the Carvera Air. It's a really easy machine to use. If you ever consider getting started in the CNC world, this is a great option. It's an all-in-one pack. They provide the sample files to start with the required materials, and their own free software. Basically everything you need. There is a link to the store in the description if you are interested. Thanks to Makera for sending me this machine. and thank you so much for watching the video and making it this far. If you like it, please press thumbs up and subscribe. See you soon.